Welcome back, everybody, to the Miami Dolphins franchise, and here we go. Week 17 is here. We are at 10-5, and we need a win or possibly some losses from the Chargers or Chiefs to get into the playoffs or clinch this last wild card spot. So take a look at the standings here. You can see every other team is clinched, and we got three teams here. We got ourselves at 10-5. We have the Chiefs right now leading the AFC West at 10-5 and the Chargers at 9-6. So one of those teams will win the AFC West. Now, taking a look, we haven't faced either of these teams. So say both win and we win as well. I mean, if we win, we're in. If we lose, you can see the Chiefs right now. It goes, the next tiebreaker is the AFC conference record. So the Chargers are at 8-3. Chiefs are at 6-5. So if either one of those two teams win and we lose, I think we're out. So that is the thing. The thing is, Chargers take on the Jets, one of the worst teams in football, and then the Texans are at the Chiefs. Now, if we can get the Chargers to lose, we're in. It doesn't matter what we do in this ball game. If the Chiefs lose, Chargers win, that gets a little bit more complicated. Now, here we are in Sunday. It's a Sunday night football game. Right now going in, obviously I can't see the scores until it's going to come up in the bottom ticker, so I have no idea going in. But, you know, in reality, I should be able to see what happened because we were the last game of this regular season. But here we go in week 17, so I'm keeping an eye on the ticker below right now because the thing is, it's going to change up our, what we do. If I see that the Chargers lost, the starters aren't going to play very much. I don't want to risk too much injury. If I see both teams won, we're going full out. So it really matters here what's going to happen. So just continue to keep my eye on that bottom ticker and see what happens. So 3rd and 2 here for Atlanta. Obviously, Atlanta, they're done. This is their last game of the season, just trying to kind of play spoiler if they really need to play spoiler. But they get the first down there, and hopefully we can either way see some improvements here from the defenses. Last week, Teddy Bridgewater kind of, lit us up, and obviously Christian McCaffrey and Van Noy almost picks that off on 2nd and 11. Still have yet to see the score yet. Hasn't rolled by, and there you go. The Jets have beaten the Chargers. Unbelievable. We get some luck from our own division rival, and that's it. It doesn't matter what we do here. So maybe the starters play a couple drives, and that is it. But that is going to be it for Week 17, really. We'll just go through some highlights here, and really that is it. So there you go. We have clinched a wild card spot, the last spot. So 1st and 10, like I said, we'll give the starters a few drives, and this is what we don't want. Kareem Hunt is down, and he's holding his knee. This is why we might have to play. And Kansas City ended up losing as well. So that's what I was wanting to see. If Kansas City, if the Chargers lose, it didn't matter what Kansas City did as well. Kansas City, they win the AFC West, so there you go. We're the last wild card spot, and we'll end up taking on the number 2 seed, whoever that ends up. And, partially MCL tear for Kareem Hunt. That is going to be his season. So first play, right when we find out that we really don't have to play these guys anymore, our top running back, one of our best weapons out of the backfield as well in the receiving game, is gone. Huge, huge injury here when we didn't need it, really. He didn't even need to be in. I'm thinking about taking Tua out now. I just want to get him a few more drives. I don't want to take him out right away. You just want to get a little bit more momentum going into the postseason now, obviously. But maybe we don't even. I was thinking about going to maybe the half, but I don't know about it now. We'll see. Hopefully, nothing. Don't do anything crazy. Just try to make some quick passes. Wow. Kareem Hunt is gone there, and as we keep this week 17, we're gonna go through it really quick. This will almost be like a preseason game. As Marcus Williams lays a hit there on Calvin Ridley, I believe. And that's going to be recovered by Brandon Jones. So at least the defense creating some turnovers. That was pretty good to see there in the nice layout there. As we are about end of this first quarter. As Tua dropping back, firing, has his man T. Higgins, has the catch. First down. So at least T. Higgins stepping up, looking good. Obviously now we look at the postseason. I believe Devontae Parker has a chance to come back as Gesicki's missed there. But I think it wouldn't be maybe till the divisional round or maybe the championship round. So he won't be back for next week. So, obviously the continued development of T. Higgins. Preston Williams, Lavarius Claiborne intermixing with a couple of the Ja Ruby in there. That's what you want to see. As down to around the 1 yard line are the Falcons. Even though the Falcons have definitely got some yardage here, it's defense playing a lot better. But this is going to be a touchdown here to take the lead for Atlanta. Still would love to get the victory here, but it's not going to really matter if we get a victory or not with now the clinch with 6:58 left here in this first half. I think this is going to be the last drive here for pretty much the starting offense, and that's a great pass to Lavarius Claiborne. Has the catch with the speed. He's up to the 47-yard line, first down, and it's going to be interesting to develop him as well going into next year. He has really showed a lot of promise for a fourth-round draft pick, not too bad. It's tough sometimes for a receiver to transition to the NFL, and, the limited time he has gotten, he's been pretty good. So continue to develop him into next year. 3rd and 6, we're down to the 9 here with 3 minutes left here in this first half. Going up top, Gesicki. We saw it last week, and he does it again, this time over Deion Jones. He is such a weapon in the, red zone area. I think that's his 15th touchdown this year. He is right up there, tying the league. What a year that Mike Gesicki has had. With those 15 touchdowns, he puts himself at number 3 all-time for the most touchdown receptions by a tight end in a season. Obviously, Gronk still has the record. But he's right there. And with 15, excellent season for Gesicki. Excellent to see. And I'm glad we re-signed him. Now you could probably put him up there with, Kelsey as maybe the best tight end in football. As the defense comes through, Zach Seiler getting some time, getting some backups in. He gets the sack there, Matt Ryan. And now we move into the second half, and now you're going to see a lot more backups. Now you're still going to see Dalton Steele, and Dalton Steele is going to be the starter, going into this playoff game. He has to step in now, Kareem Hunt, so we're going to have to make a decision there at running back as well. We're only down to Dalton Steele, Lynn Bowden Jr., so at least we're going to have to bring somebody up. Maybe take a look at the practice squad. That's probably what we're going to do. I don't think we're going to look at free agency. So see who we got in the practice squad, bring them up, have them ready to go. Obviously, they've been with this team the whole year, so it's somebody you can fill in right away, and you don't have to worry about bringing in a free agent where they have to adjust the playbook and everything. As on 4th and inches, trying to get this run game going, that is not going to help out at all. Looked like we had the first, but it's going to be a holding call there on Jonathan Gibbs. So we ended up, getting a field goal there. But we go near the end of the third quarter. Now we can see what Tyrod Taylor can bring to the table, As a backup quarterback, do we bring him back possibly next year? Never know with injuries with Tua. Does he have to step in to possibly this playoff game? You just get him some more reps, see what he's got. Because, it's going to be a question next year. What do we do? Tua's right now, he'll be going into his 3rd season. So, usually with a first-year quarterback, a second-year quarterback, I like the veteran quarterback as a backup just so we can bring him in. But when I get to year 3, year 4, your starting quarterback is a veteran quarterback at that time. And I think maybe coming to this offseason, maybe we don't bring in a veteran quarterback. Maybe we bring in a young quarterback to back him up, a more developable, a developing quarterback. We'll see. But we get the touchdown there, and you can see this game is going pretty well, no doubt about it. We're shutting down this Atlanta team, even with a bunch of backups. 26-7 the score. Everything looking good. Matt Ryan can't get anything there. 4th and 11. They had to pretty much punt the ball away. And as we continue to try to add points here, is Jaron Smythe there with the catch. He's down to the 22. He's looked pretty good here, getting some action in this ball game. A lot more action, obviously, than he would normally see. As down to the 22, 1st and 10, hand off to Dalton Steele. He's going to make some room, and he's got a first down to the 8, gain of 14. So he's right about 100 yards, close to 1,000 yards on the season, but I think we would need another 40, 50 yards for him to get around 1,000 yards for the season. Just not going to happen, but man, what a season for Dalton Steele. He'll put this in one for the touchdown, and that'll pretty much end it here in Week 17. That is your ball game. Pretty much a destruction, really, of this Atlanta team. Didn't really need the victory, but the real problem is that Kareem Hunt is now more than likely done for the rest of the season. With a partially MCL tear, I believe that's like an 8 to 10 week injury. He's definitely done. He won't return. So now this running game and the receiving game loses a major weapon. So yeah, let's take a look at this. See, make sure, 8 weeks. He's done. So I think what we're going to do is probably put him on the IR and then bring somebody up from the practice squad, because right now we're at 53 players, so we need obviously a roster spot. So let's place him on the IR. Man, that is a terrible loss. Of course, right when we find out, hey man, I don't need to play these guys, goes right out. So Myles Gaskin, we're going to bring him up from the practice squad, sign him. He's been with this team, obviously, the past 2 years. He knows all about the playbook, so that is good to go. And now let's take a look at the rest of the standings. We'll go through stats as well. Ravens 15-1, they're the 1 seed. Steelers 11-5, they are, I believe, your top wild card team. Titans at 12-4, they clinched that AFC South. Nobody else in there. So here we go. Bills are the 2 seed. Patriots will be the next, I believe. Well, actually, Patriots might be the first wild card, second Steelers, and then we get in as the number 7 seed. And the Chiefs end up winning the division at 10-6. Chargers at 9-7. Can't beat the Jets, man. That's rough. Wow. Bears win the NFC North at 8-7-1 to win 3 straight. Packers can't do anything at the end. Bucks 10-6. Saints 9-7. And with the rookie quarterback. NFC East, the defending champs, Cowboys at 12-4, clinch that division with the Giants with a wild card spot. And in the West, you got the Niners at 10-6. They win that division. Seahawks in at the last spot, even though they lost 4 in a row to end the season. But they're in. So here are the matchups. We're taking on a familiar foe, the Buffalo Bills, a team we have yet to beat this season. That is going to be a test for sure. Seattle's going to go to Tampa Bay. Pittsburgh's going to go to Tennessee. That's a pretty good matchup. Giants are going to go to the 49ers. And then you got the Patriots at Chiefs. Another really good matchup there. And then you have the Saints going to Chicago to take on the Bears. Look at that. Saturday at 11 p.m. What are these 11 p.m. games? That is, that's pretty late games there for sure. So you can see the games we took on the Bills this year. It was not good. Both games, we just got ran all over. All over. Devin Singletary, 129, 1 touchdown, 6 broken tackles. Allen had 67 yards and a touchdown as well in the first game. Second game was even worse. We allowed 261 yards on the ground. A game we needed to really, it was probably the biggest game of the season at that moment in time. Yeah, the interceptions really hurt us. That did not help at all, the turnovers. But 163, 2 broken tackles, touchdown, 92 yards this time for Allen. Just couldn't stop Devin Singletary. So we got to do everything we can here to slow down this run game of Buffalo. And their defense is good. But let's go, before we get into that, let's take a look at the season-ending stats. So Tua, excellent season once again. 35 touchdowns. Interceptions are down. We almost have 2 runners over 1,000 yards. And Dalton Steele ends up with 8 touchdowns. And I like the 0 fumbles. That is what you want to see. Gesicki ends up with the 15 touchdowns, 66 catches, leading the team with T. Higgins with 60. You can see Parker, he's been out for so long. He still had 56 catches, 5 touchdowns. If he would have been the whole season, he might have been at 100 catches and how many touchdowns. Claiborne, great rookie year. They're almost averaging 20 a catch. You can see what we're losing there in Kareem Hunt with 59 catches. Yeah, that's definitely a loss. Defensively, Roquan Millen's going to lead us in total tackles with 152. Go down the list here. Let's take a look at tackles for loss. Van Noy with 16. Roquan McMillan with 15. That is absolutely fantastic. Look at Anoa Igbenogany with 7 as a corner. As a nickel corner, 7 tackles for loss. That is great to see. Wilkins is going to lead us in sacks with 10.5, so hopefully his development continues. And the rookie Frank Canty ends up with 6. That is good to see. We still need pass rush. It's just not consistent enough. It's too many sacks based on coverage. I mean, that's always good and bad, but I'd rather have constant pressure and allow our coverage to be even better. So we got to continue to get better in the pass rush game. As for league leaders, Calvin McLean, he leads the league in passing yardage. Wow, the rookie just showing up. Obviously, Saints in the playoffs. Dak Prescott, 44 touchdowns, 9 picks. Look at Cam Newton, 38 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, 70 completion percentage. What a season. Justin Herbert, I mean, these guys are putting up some great numbers. Brady, Goff, Ryan, Kyler Murray puts up 33 and 7. Drew Lock with 32 and 9. Joe Burrow with 31 and 11. So really like to see the development of Joe Burrow in this Bengals. Look at Byron Payton, the rookie quarterback, of Pittsburgh, leading this team to a wild card spot, 30 touchdowns himself. Zeke Elliott's going to lead the league in rushing with about 1,600 yards, just very close. We go down the list here. Obviously, we had Kareem Hunt over 1,000 yards. You see Devin Singletary there. Guy, we are going to see this coming up week. Leading the league in touchdowns is going to be Saquon Barkley with 14. Derrick Henry with 12. Edwards-Helaire with 11, with a bunch of guys with 11 touchdowns here. Dobbins with 11. Kamara, Snell, Sony Michel. And then you got a guy like Gus Edwards with 10. A.J. Dillon with 10. Fournette. I mean, the Ravens, there's 21 total touchdowns right there. And I don't even know what Ingram put up. Man, that's why they're 15-1. They're an outstanding team. We saw all about them, and we got absolutely destroyed. So their run game is very good. T.Y. Hilton leads the league in receiving yards there. Look at Willie Snead with 1,200 yards receiving. See any other surprises here? Kendrick Bourne over 1,000. Darius Slayton over 1,000. Josh Hill over 1,000 yards there for the Saints. Leading the league in catches, though, is Tyreek Hill with 109. Odell Beckham there with 94. Blake Jarwin with 90 catches. There you go. Well, geez, Blake Jarwin. Let's see. Anybody else crazy around here? Pretty much the same names. No really maybe surprises. Anthony Miller with 83. Jerry Jeudy continues it. Only averaged 8.8 a catch. Only one touchdown. Man, Jerry Jeudy, what happened there? Kendrick Bourne with 16 is going to lead the league. As Gesicki's right there with 15. CeeDee Lamb with 14, the other young receiver. Josh Reynolds with 11, Andrews with 10. Some tight ends getting up there. Golden Tate and a bunch of guys there with around 9 touchdowns. A lot of guys with 9 touchdowns. As T. Higgins ended up with 9 touchdowns. He really stepped up. Obviously, when you have a game, when you have 4 touchdowns receiving, that is really going to elevate your numbers for sure. Defensively, Roquan McMillan does lead the league in total tackles. Maybe not solo, but still total tackles. Aaron Donald leads with 16 sacks there. I wish, man, we should be up there with 10.5 sacks, but Christian Wilkins just doesn't have enough tackles, I guess, to really qualify. And same with, I believe, we should be up there with interceptions. That's interesting. Xavier Howard should be up there, but he is not. Just did not get enough. I guess they get solo tackles, put it up there, but it should be total tackles. I don't understand there. Cam Newton wins back-to-back MVPs. Look at Cam, as John Harbaugh is going to win Coach of the Year. So Cam Newton, back-to-back MVPs, actually have a better record this year, 12-4. It's just last year they were the number 1 seed, 11-5, but just not this year. Defensive Player of the Year is going to be Devin Bush, and Byron Payton's going to win Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Dalton Steele's hitting second. So, I mean, watch out for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, they look fantastic. Mike Brown, Defensive Rookie of the Year. We got Frank Canty there at number 4, Rod Street at number 6. So it's good to see a couple of our youngsters up there on the list. Cam Newton is going to win Best Quarterback. Lamar there. Sony Michel, Best Running Back. Dobbins there at 2. So Patriots and Ravens going crazy here. Cortland Sutton, receiver. O-line is going to be Ronnie Stanler. D-line is going to be J.J. Watt. Linebacker Von Miller. And DB, Xavier Howard. He wasn't even on the list, but he wins DB of the Year. So that is good to see. Tucker wins your Best Kicker. And now let's go to the NFC. So Dak wins your Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year is going to go to Bobby Wagner. That's really not a surprise a whole lot. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Calvin McLean. Obviously, as a rookie, leads the league in passing yardage. Gets the Saints into the playoffs. That is definitely for sure. With Ben Givens winning Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Bears. Now the Bears just keep adding better defensive players. That is for sure. They do get into the playoffs and win the division. So there you go. Zach Martin, offensive line. Aaron Donald, defensive line. Bobby Wagner, linebacker. Carlton Davis, best DB and best kicker is Prater. As we take on this Bills team, they have the best rush defense in football. One of the best defenses in football. We know all about them. They're tough. It's been tough going trying to get anything offensively against them. And they're one of the best. You can see number 4 in the league, allowing points per game. So they don't allow many points. They don't allow many rushing yards. It's going to be an interesting one in Buffalo. But the big news is Josh Allen is not going to be playing. He suffered a compound foot fracture in the final week. He is done for the season. That means Jake Fromm will fill in. That is huge news for this wild card game. It just makes it a lot more interesting. Now we can really think about just trying to stop Devin Singletary. Go ahead, Jake Fromm. Try to beat us. and do what we can against their defense, which will still be tough. That's going to be the big thing. Their defense can keep them in the game. You know, they're going to allow Fromm to not really do a whole lot. They're going to rely on the run game, but they're going to rely on their defense a lot to keep them in the ball game, which they will. We just can't turn the ball over and really, you know, try to make them one-dimensional. And if we can do that with the, you know, loss of Josh Allen, I think we could possibly get a victory here in this playoff game. We lost last year to Pittsburgh in the same spot. Let's not do the same, and let's get a first playoff victory in this franchise. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for all the support. If you please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. You guys have a good one. Bye-bye.